Cousin, you couldn't pick a better time. I've been taken with jitters, like a cat on a midday roof.
What are you waiting for with such anticipation?
I took your advice, you see. I've summoned one of these crows! He has been examining me for nearly an hour. I just barely escaped a purge. But I was given the mandatory bleeding. I so hate their little knives.
And so then, our venerable doctor, what is the verdict? The blood is black.
Constantine, is this your blood? Constantine, answer me. Constantine, stay with me, Constantine. There is a chance that he is in error. It might be something else.
I'm going to die.
No, no, Constantine.
I will die, like your mother, and the others on the continent. I'm dying. I don't want to die. I don't. Not so soon. It's so good. Cousin, I don't want...
Constantine, I'm here. Pull yourself together. Out. Everyone out. It's an order.
Thank you, cousin.
There now. Are you better?
I don't know. You won't leave me, will you?
I'm going to find a cure, I promise you.
Didn't you promise the same thing to your mother? You know I'll be dead before you find one.
Don't say that. I will succeed. I've already some promising trails to explore.
I don't know, cousin. The tidings are so awfully dire. I'm afraid. I'm so afraid. I doubt the reason for your visit was to console me in my tragedy. Tell me, what brings you here?
It can wait. It's nothing that can't be dealt with later.
But please, please, whatever it is, it will take my mind elsewhere.
I was able to get the whole story out of the Admiral in exchange for a service. As our investigation was leading us to imagine, the congregation did once attempt to colonize the island. The Nauts discovered it some 2 centuries ago, and brought our people here a few decades later. But the enterprise to colonize the island failed completely. There were a great many bloody battles. Few colonists survived. The princes preferred to hide their defeat, and paid the Nauts to keep the secret.
That they hid the fiasco from the world, I get. But that my father said nothing about it to me.
That's not the most shocking part of the story, believe me.
What do you mean?
The congregation continued to make expeditions to the island with the help of the Nauts. According to the Admiral, my mother came from the island and was brought back. I was born on one of their ships.
What? But... that means you are not...
Your dear cousin? No. All the lies we've been fed since our tender childhood. The fable told that I'm the spitting image of my dead father lost during an expedition. God, I don't know what to think, Constantine. Why did they do that to me?
I don't know. It's another one of their sly and dark orchestrations. Some vile intrigue. If it is of some comfort, no matter the true story, you will always be my dear cousin. You have always been the only one to care for me. You are my only friend. That's all that matters to me. Keep this discovery between us. No one needs to know. My aunt adopted you after all. Bring in the others. Let us speak of different concerns. That's enough bad news for one day. Kurt, what is...
Dismissed, soldiers! Leave us. We have much to say.
What is going on? I don't appreciate this attitude, Kurt. Must I remind you that these men all answer to me?
Times change, Your Highness. Or rather, they're about to do so.
Is that a threat? What are you hoping to accomplish? Don't tell...
Silence! We have little time, and none to lose.
Kurt, what are you talking about?
The commander of the Coin Guard is here in New Serene at this very moment. He's preparing a coup d'etat. In the 3 cities of the island, our men are going to eliminate the governors and their entourage.
This is madness. How?
How? You'll go down as easy as plum pie and cherry wine. Standing behind every one of you is one of our men. You have entrusted us with your security. You are completely at our mercy.
Then why did you send your men away? And why are you telling us all of this?
I've known you both for a very long time. Too long. I've come to know you. To respect you. And I've never reneged on a contract. These orders go against all that I am. A cold-hearted mercenary. Definitely. But never a traitor. And so now you are forewarned. You must take action.
Thank you, Kurt. I will not forget this. Constantine, we need to get you to safety as well as your counselors.
But I want to...
What? Take part? You can barely stand up. No. We must take you into the cellar.
If I've completely understood what you've said, Kurt, the governors of our cities are also in danger.
Yes. If you want to keep your allies, Your Highness, you also need to warn them.
Correct. We cannot let them fall into the hands of these traitors.
I will find the means to send them a messenger. Do you know where to find your conspirators?
It would seem I should be one of them. They are counting on me to eliminate both of you. The most urgent matter is to get our hands on the commander and his 3 lieutenants. The others are doing nothing but following orders. If we cut off their heads, they will fall into rank.
I always knew you were a good man.
Don't make me change my mind. We'd better be off. Now. We'll certainly have to fight some traitors at Torsten's behest on our way to the cellar. Stay on your guard.
Stay behind us, Constantine. You're in no condition to fight.
We must also think about the advisors, including your professor. And then we have to rescue Lady Mirange.
We must hurry before the guard can act. Locked.
Protect me in this battle!
To my help! And death to the others!
Come on! If you dare! May the shadow engulf our enemies!
Lord Minister! The Coin Guard wants to take control of the island by assassinating all its governors.
The Guard is everywhere. They could succeed.
We will do everything in our power to thwart them. Come now. We'll take you somewhere safe.
I'll follow you.
To my help!
May the Enlightened protect me in this battle! May the shadow engulf our enemies!
We've reached the cellar. It looks like a good place to hide. Constantine, promise me that you will stay here until we secure the city.
Do I even have a choice? Here I am, consigned to my quarters like some broken old maid.
Like someone ill, Constantine. Someone sick who is dear to me, and the city wouldn't survive your loss.
You have such a way with words. Very well. I promise to stay here, obediently awaiting your return.
Let's go then.
And cousin? Watch out for yourself. You are dear to me as well.
You are safe here.
You have my eternal gratitude, Excellency. We owe you our lives.
Lady Morange, make ready to depart. We cannot remain here.
But what is going on?
The Coin Guard has decided to take control of the Isle. They plan to overthrow the governors. They were set on assassinating Constantine and his entire entourage.
The idiots!
You are in danger. Do you know a safe place where we could take you?
Don't worry about me. I have friends here. They will hide me. Go! And do be careful.
Protect me in this battle! To my house! And death to the other! Protect me in this battle! I'll teach you to my house! And death to the others!
You
Move away! Things are about to get dicey! May the shadow engulf our enemies!
Make preparations to leave. I have a message to communicate immediately to the governor of San Mateus. You must tell the Mother Cardinal that the Coin Guard is preparing a coup d'etat. Her life and those of her entourage are in grave danger.
Very well, Your Excellency. I'll leave immediately.
Now is not the time.
May the enlightened protect me in this battle. Come on, if you dare.
And death to the others!
May the fire engulf our enemies.
Messenger, be ready to leave at once. You must warn the governor of Hikmet that a conspiracy is underway targeting him.
It's just that I can't leave the city just yet.
What are you talking about? The order comes from the governor. What more do you need?
It's just that I was told if I left the city today, it would cost me my life.
Who said that? The commander's men, I suppose.
I don't really know, but they were heavily armed and they pay very well.
And so you are prepared to betray your prince and country for a few coins? Don't you understand that the reason I am standing before you is because the guard failed to take this city? Do you know the punishment reserved for traitors?
Very well, Excellency. I'll leave immediately. The commander must be in his upstairs quarters preparing the attack. We should try to reach him discreetly.
We could try to go through the tavern's kitchen.
That's one way to do it. Or we could use the scaffolding to access the upper floor directly. But it's visible from the dormitories. And I know that the young recruits were ordered to stay there.
They will not suspect us if we're wearing guard uniforms. Do you know where the 3 lieutenants you told us about are located?
Ludger is an instructor. He'll be in the right wing of the barracks. As for the other 2, they'll be at the tavern. Olga and Werner are in charge of the guards' secondary activities in the basement.
I see. Our priority should still be to stop Torsten. We'll worry about the others later.
What are you doing here? Who let you in? I demand an explanation.
It seems that your men are a little distracted this evening, Lieutenant. It is understandable, with all that's been going on. You are under arrest, as well as your commander.
But what is this? I recognize you. You're the governor's emissary. And Kurt, you had your orders.
Sorry, but forced to betray someone, I decided it would be the less likable of the lot.
Traitor. Soldiers, ready weapons.
May the enlightened protect me in this battle.
To my help! And death to the others!
May the fire engulf our enemies.
Move away!
No one is allowed to go downstairs tonight. I'm sorry. Come back another day.
What if I paid you a supplement for your good services?
Very well, you can come in. I hope I won't be in trouble.
I regret, my lord, we are closed this evening. Come back another day.
I'm not here to tempt my luck. Are you in charge?
That's right, what do you want from me?
From you? Nothing. We are here to arrest the commander's lieutenants.
Is that right? Now this ought to be good. And for what crime would that be?
You know very well. For high treason.
Oh, and you think that my men are just gonna let you, without so much as blinking an eye?
Kurt?
The real question is why would they stand up for an egotistical vermin like yourself, who for his personal advancement would condemn the rest of us to an eternity on this isle, cut off from the world, without supplies, and surrounded by furious islanders? What a great idea. Come on now, give yourself up, imbecile. Only you and your companions are crazy enough to believe such a plan had legs.
Sorry, Lieutenant, but Kurt is making sense.
May the enlightened protect me in this battle!
Soldiers! Ready weapons! We are under attack!
We have been sent by the governor Constantin d'Orsay. Your lieutenant is accused of high treason for having participated in an attempted coup d'etat. As you can see for yourselves, the attempt failed. Are you also ready to be accused of treason because of your loyalty to your lieutenant?
I doubt it. I'm sure they're gonna make the wise decision. Isn't that right, Dieter?
You give your word that we'll suffer no repercussions if we lay down arms?
You have my word.
Very well. We are dropping our weapons, soldiers. That dog's hide doesn't deserve our sacrifice.
May the enlightened protect me in this battle!
We've arrived too late.
Do you know where Torsten could have gone?
No. But we'll certainly find some information about it in these papers. Torsten suspected that I would denounce him, and he was prepared to leave this place. We must catch up to him. He cannot get away with this.
Let's go.
Torsten is a snake, but he's clever. Apparently, he suspected I would refuse to follow his orders.
He must have been told about our attack on the ghost camp and drew...
The guard, we're moving out. Break camp. We are no longer welcome here. And so, these snake oil merchants defy us by sending their watchdog. Let's show them what guards are made of! Come here, you pathetic dog!
The game is over for you, Commander.
Do I have the time to return and see those dear to me?
Constantine, how are you feeling?
Death is on my doorstep, and all hope has flown through the window. Come closer. What ill tidings do you bring?
Yes. I thought you'd like to know that the Coin Guard's attempt to take control of the island has failed.
This is excellent news. The kind I've not had in a great while. Thank you, Kurt. Were it not for your loyalty, we were lost. As for you, my dear cousin, you know what I owe you. Not only have you looked out for me, like always, but you have protected my advisors.
Yes. And if your highness would permit, I would like to relay our most sincere gratitude from all of Thélème. Thanks to your message, the Mother Cardinal was able to thwart the commander's plans. By the grace of the Illuminated, the city is saved, and the traitors punished as they should be.
I was told that you were able to catch the commander and his underlings before they were able to flee.
Barely, but yes. They're going to have to pay for their crimes.
I cannot remember if the traitors are hung before being quartered, or if it is the contrary. Enough talk of ruffians. They failed, and for that, I again thank Kurt.
If your highness is looking for a means to translate his gratitude, gold is a present that is always appreciated.
I imagine that you shall name a new commander.
Yes. I will discuss the matter with loyalist officers, but I think I know who will be elected.
I hope it is someone whom we can trust. We do need soldiers, but loyal soldiers above all.
We are well aware that the Guard's reputation has been tarnished. We will not make the same mistake twice. Sieglinde is solid and loyal. I have fought beside her.
You have my complete trust, Kurt. You have amply earned it. Before you leave, I must ask you something.
All right. I'm listening.
I'm always suffering, cousin. I'm in such terrible pain and we're yet to discover a cure. Don't blame yourself. I know how much you do for me. Yet, I'm afraid that before the sickness claims me, the pain will have driven me mad. If only there was a way to ease my suffering.
I know of a healer, with powers that are legendary amongst the clans. It is rumored he can alleviate even the most terrible pains. His village is west of the city. I could take you there.
One of our holy men lives in San Mateus. His healing powers are supposedly miraculous. Alas, it is a miracle we are in need of, my son.
If I may, your highness, we have the best physicians in the world. It shouldn't stop Father Petrus from praying for a miracle. It can't do any harm.
I'm nothing more than a sailor. I don't have much to offer when it comes to healing. As it would seem, Thélème are prey for the Malachor, just like the Bridge Alliance. Perhaps it would be best to ask for aid from those not suffering from the plague.
The sailor's right. The holy men and the sages had their chance on the continent, and we all know how that went.
Thank you, as always, for your advice. Cousin, you are the only one I trust, so please, don't let me lose my mind.
I'll follow the leads and find a way. I won't let you down. Hold on. I'll be back as soon as I can.
This area of the palace is forbidden to visitors, by order of the Mother Cardinal.
We did not know. Please excuse us.
The basements are for servants only.
Very well. We'll go back up.
Don't hesitate to have a rummage around.
I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for.
Do you like it here in San Mateus?
It is impossible not to like it here. The air is purer than it is on the continent. The Malachor is far away. And rumor has it that this island is the one Saint Mateus himself chose as his final resting place. Goodbye. May the enlightened always keep you in his divine blessing. Don't hesitate to have a rummage around. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. His divine blessing.
This is a very unique place. The smell of stupor and vice reign as its masters.
You're not wrong. We should search this place.
For goodness sake! This room reeks of alcohol.
And not just any old alcohol, if my nose does not deceive me. Cornelia always had great taste when it came to drinking.
It seems that someone forgot their earring.
Ugh, here is an object of more than questionable taste. A woman from a good family would never wear it. It's junk. The kind of thing a courtesan would wear.
I didn't know you were an expert on the subject, Father.
The subject of jewelry?
No, of courtesans.
We are here at the heart of human depravity. Outrageous luxury, excessively priced alcohol, obvious debauchery.
Surely this is enough to incriminate the Mother Cardinal.
No, my child. These things are common in certain circles, even in Thélème, unfortunately. Cornelia may well have organized these things for others. These parties might be of use in gaining some political favor. We must find out who is involved and learn more.
The earring that we found may help us with that. We could ask at the brothel if it belongs to a prostitute.
We should continue searching. Perhaps we missed something.
Locked.
This document is highly important. By reading it carefully, you could learn a lot. The Mother Cardinal apparently borrows large amounts of money from a moneylender. Actually, enormous sums.
What's more, she does so quite regularly. How does she manage to give it all back?
And the name Candy Cane crops up several times. Quite suspicious, don't you think?
This sweet person must be doing her huge favors to get these sums. I think we have everything we need. There is probably a connection between these pleasure parties and the account books. Let's ask a few questions.
The moneylender is well established. He can be found near the main square. As for this Candy Cane, the name doesn't ring any bells to me, but the moneylender must know more about him.
We can also go and gather information at the Coin Tavern. Perhaps the manager knows him.
Can I get you anything?
I'm here for something else. Can I ask you a couple of questions?
If you wish. What would you like to know?
Do you think that the Mother Cardinal may have ever been here?
Are you drunk or something?
You sometimes deliver goods to your big clients, isn't that right?
Of course. The rich don't like to get drunk among mere mortals.
And have you ever supplied anyone from the palace?
Yes, that has happened. It suits them.
And who places these orders?
Well, a steward, of course. Don't you know how things work?
A woman? Dressed in a long green cloak?
No, the steward is more discreet. On the other hand, the person in the big green coat, the steward speaks to her sometimes. They know each other or work together.
What can you tell me about a certain Candy Cane?
Candy Cane? Everyone speaks about him or has heard of him, but no one really knows him.
And what do they say about him?
Here, nothing. You need to go downstairs for that sort of thing.
To the games room and the brothel?
Yes, that's more the kind of place where they'd talk about him.
I have to go. I will leave you to your work. Good day.
Welcome. You here to wager? To fight?
On what would we be betting?
On the fights in the arena. You never heard of them? Quite a few come here and bet fortunes.
And do they win?
A few do, others have less luck. But they do get the thrill either way, you see, and that's all that counts.
What is this arena?
It's a place of great pomp and entertainment, where all manner of fights take place. Men, women, savage beasts, island monsters. People are coming from everywhere on the island to participate, or to bet.
I imagine that the name Candy Cane rings a bell.
Obviously, even though I would prefer it wasn't the case. He's a sort of organizer. He captures most of the beasts who fight in the arena.
How is that a problem?
Apparently, he's fixed a few fights. These kind of rumors aren't good for my business.
If that's the case, why don't you stop him?
He has friends, protectors. Without solid evidence, no one will lift a finger. And the only ones who wanted to speak of his cartel have disappeared.
Do you know where I can find him?
He often hangs out around the port at night, but I strongly advise you to stay away from the guy.
I know how to look after myself. Thanks for the information. I must be going.
Next time, then.
A feast for the eyes, ladies and gentlemen. So, have you found what you were looking for?
Let's just say that I'm gathering information.
My treasures are worth their price. I promise you that you will get your money's worth. For you, I'm sure we can make a special arrangement.
Here you are.
Thank you, my lord. I'll let you take your pick.
Thank you.
Look, a new face. Oh, but wouldn't that be... Hello, Father.
Oh, hello.
We would like to know if you know who this earring belongs to. Is it maybe yours?
Absolutely not. I am careful not to leave my belongings with clients, and I have no desire to answer your questions. That doesn't fall within my services.
Very well. Goodbye.
There are too many of you for me alone, my little lambs.
Sorry, madam, but we're here to ask other favors of you. This question might seem a little surprising, but do you know who this earring might belong to?
Why? It's mine. I lost it when... How did you get hold of it?
Are you sure you want to broach that subject here?
You're right. Come with me. Well, what do you want? Why are you giving me back my earring?
You know where we found it, don't you?
Obviously. I realized as soon as I got back that I'd lost it.
I imagine your pimp does not know that you take part in these parties. He doesn't dabble in this at all?
No. Do not say anything to him, I beg you. He's on my case enough as it is.
Then I suggest you answer my questions.
What would you like to know?
Could you tell us who you saw at the parties?
Rich people, or better. They seemed very rich and important to me. But I don't know them.
Do you know who organizes these parties?
Not really, no. A steward pays me when I go, but I don't see anyone else, apart from the clients.
You can't even give me a single name.
No. The only person who sometimes speaks to this steward is a woman who is always wearing a green coat. She never takes part in the festivities, but the steward rushes over whenever she arrives.
Do you think that an important person from Thélème could have partaken in these soirees?
You're thinking of Mother Cardinal, aren't you? You lot really think we are a bunch of degenerates.
You're hardly a shining example of virtue, my child. Just answer our questions.
Sorry, Father, I don't know the Mother Cardinal, but I strongly doubt she dabbles in that.
You don't think you could recognize her, and you don't think you've crossed paths. What a testimony. Admit it, you must know more than you're letting on. It's virtually impossible not to recognize someone while being so close to these influential people, wouldn't you agree?
Well, I was able to recognize someone, once. Even with a mask on, I'm good at recognizing my clients.
Please continue. I'm all ears.
I don't want to implicate anyone, but he is of no real importance, and you've probably never even heard of him. It's the local moneylender.
I know very well who you're referring to, my dear.
But I didn't mention anything to you, huh? This stays between us.
I don't even remember the subject of this conversation anymore. Do you know someone who goes by the name of Candy Cane?
Everyone does. He is a powerful person, so his name makes the rounds.
Have you ever spotted him at these pleasure parties?
In all honesty, I wouldn't even be able to recognize him. I've heard his name before, but that's all.
This woman in the green coat, could you tell me about her?
She always hides her face and never joins us. Then she disappears into a little office and locks the door.
I see. She is quite important then. Thank you for your help.
Be sure not to mention this to anyone. I'd lose my clients if they suspected me of speaking about them, you know.
Can I get you anything? Look who it is. I feel that once again you're not here to support my business.
I'm looking for a woman who comes here. She always wears a long green coat.
Yes, I have seen this coat before, but I have no idea who is beneath it, if that's what you're asking. All I know is that I've seen her speaking to a regular, a steward of the palace who comes to place big orders. Always prime choice.
I have to go. I will leave you to your work. Good day.
Welcome. You here to wager? To fight?
I'm looking for someone. A woman wearing a big green coat.
Yeah, I know who you mean. She's a good client. She comes in especially for the big fights, and she has prime information.
Do you know where I can find her?
No, I don't even know her name.
She wouldn't happen to be coming back to collect some winnings, would she?
No, and I can't really tell you when she'll show up next.
I must be going.
Next time, then.